epic 2 days for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, Chris Grier has gone all in, and there's no way that the expectations and predictions for the 2022 Miami Dolphins have not skyrocketed. Miami Dolphins signed Terron Armstead, the super talented but a little injury-prone tackle from the New Orleans Saints, and then today made a mega trade for wide receiver, runner, Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs, which was mind-blowing. It was nowhere on my radar. So right now, the whole Dolphins community is probably shaking out. What's going on here? And for me, I had a podcast I did yesterday to analyze the Dolphins' zone stretch run game. Right after I finished it, they signed Terron Armstead. So woke up this morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, to get this Terron Armstead video out to as an amendment to this yesterday's podcast. Take a nap. And before I can get it up, all of a sudden, Tyreek Hill's now a Miami Dolphin. So I had to scrap that one. I'm going to combine both of them into this one. I mean, whatever you want to say, I'm not a big fan of the person of Chris Grier. I've always said his moves to acquire picks is really good. Didn't like his drafting so much. But he's a wheeler and dealer, and he wheeled and dealed in a big way that we have not seen. Remember, Adam Gase, the big move was Jermon Bushrod at guard. And then with Flores, it was Flowers, Vanoy, Karras. This, though, totally changes everything. Now, I'm going to get into Tyreek Hill first, but to me, the most important piece is Armstead because everything's going to be based around that. But the return of the 80s Smurf receivers is back with Waddle and Tyreek Hill, both being around 5'8", 5'9", 185 pounds. The speed with Bowden and even Parker being able to get over the top. You had Gesicki and a host of other players in the background. This is set up to be an unbelievable vertical, short threat on every area of the field. I mean, it's a spectacle. I mean, part of me is a little concerned about both these moves because there is some concern. Everyone will say it's the greatest thing, it's awesome. It can be, but there's also should be some concern too. We'll get into that. But the spectacle, part of me is a little nervous, but all of me is just waiting to see what is this going to produce. Now, Tyreek Hill's 28. He got a $125 million contract. Everybody keeps saying no. It's really 3 years, $25 million a year. Unbelievable. We drafted Waddle. A lot of people said Waddle was a Tyreek Hill 2.0. I kind of agree with that, but it didn't. But it really doesn't matter. We got both of them now. And what they can do at every part of the field, unbelievable. Now, there is no longer any excuses. I had in my second podcast on Armstead, I said, well, you know what? We need to win 10, 11 games, second in the division. But with this setup now, with Armstead getting a huge contract, Hill getting a huge contract, and moving vast amount of picks. I mean, Hill cost us this year's first, this year's second, I believe 2 fourths next year and a fifth and a sixth or whatever. Basically a whole draft for this guy. So we have to win now. The Dolphins have to win this division. The Dolphins have to make the postseason. The Dolphins have to win postseason games because Tua gets expensive in 2 more years. So they have this year and next year, really, before his contract, if they decide to keep him, is going to eat a lot up. Now, I know that Grier spent a lot, and my cheap German side is like, oh, that's a little too much. But at least he kept those 2 picks in 2023, just in case Tua does not pan out. There is some ammo to find a possible replacement if somehow he doesn't pan out. But I personally think, as I said in my previous podcast, about the zone stretch. If we can get this run game going with the tools they have, and this didn't include Tyreek Hill, this offense can be phenomenal, and Tua will take quantum leaps forward. He should. I'm not going to say he's going to, because it takes more than tools. Now, it takes an offensive line. And Armstead is as good as they come when healthy. You watch this guy, he's got smooth feet. His technique is unbelievable. He keeps his hands inside so much. I mean, you watch Eichenberg and you watch Jackson that grabbing the outside of the shoulder pads. His hands are always inside. He's got great technique, slides. You can see how smart he is. He knows how to expend energy. On certain plays, he just spends just a bare minimum. This guy is a true vet, true technician, and he's as talented. When you go to 2018, 2019, 2020, this guy was having a run until his injury last year. He had Pro Bowls, 3 Pro Bowls in a row, and probably was going to get his 4th last year until the injury. Now, if you look at his history, he's had 14 games, 13 games, 7 games, 10, 10, 15, 14, and 8. So he has loads of talent, but he has a history of missing games. Now, last year was the first one where he at least in the recent set of years, that he missed vast amount of times. Now, it's really, you watch him on film, it's like, oh, this guy's great. But the one thing that popped out to me right away as well is he's got sort of like a dad bod going on. He has the smallest set of legs and glutes I've ever seen on like an elite tackle. Really reminds me a little bit of Brandon Albert, when we got him in here, somewhat smallish, not like ultra physical, super talented, injury prone. Albert was bigger, 314, than Armstead at 305. But if you watch him, his arms are pretty developed. He's got good arms. He's strong, but that lower body. And I think he's just one of those guys with like farm boy strength. And he's got a whole host of skill sets. Everybody's got strengths and weaknesses. And it's really funny to watch. But I think some of this lack of development is where these injuries come from. And it's too late now. And so to fix that, Armstead is the key. I don't care about Tyreek Hill. I don't care about Cedric. I don't care about anybody. Armstead is healthy. This was a steal of a move for $15 million a year. This guy can utterly change this offensive line. I'm not going to break down into it because that will take a little bit of time. But when you watch this guy, he will allow the zone stretch to his side to be effective, and this will open everything up. But he's got to remain healthy. All this speed, all this talent, everything will all hinge on Armstead's health. He stays healthy for even 2 years. These seasons could be phenomenal. And again, I'm not a big Chris Grier fan, but I try to compartmentalize my likes and dislikes, my prejudice for people and players and techniques and styles and all this other stuff, and try to give you, and to be honest to myself, fair evaluations. One of the keys to success is knowing your limitations. As the great American philosopher, Dirty Harry once said, a man's got to know his limitations. And if you look at Chris Grier's history, he's terrible at drafting linemen. And this season was critical. There was all this stuff going on with Flores, the firing of Flores, the lawsuit, the expectations of fans being let down. This was a critical year for Grier's career, for the Dolphins' trajectory, for the look of Ross. He had to make good. And he went all in to get Connor Williams and Armstead, and this transforms the most critical unit that was historically terrible into a quality unit with all these skills surrounding it. And he understood his weakness. He didn't want to go onto the draft and get another Jackson or Eichenberg. both these guys might develop, but they didn't develop quick enough. However you slice it, they didn't develop quick enough. So he did the right thing, and he was smart about it because he understood if this offensive line, especially the tackle position, is not set, everything will crumble like a house of cards. And I just am so excited to watch good offensive tape. And it starts with the offensive line. I was having like PTSD watching this offensive line perform week in, week out. I felt like I told somebody in the comments, I felt like I aged dog years. This offensive line is going to be so dramatic, the change. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's because of Tyreek Hill and what? No. Connor Williams and Terron Armstead are the ones that are going to change everything. And as I said, this athletic, opportunistic, mobile defense is going to benefit at a level that we really can't even understand. If this offense can have put points on, have time of possession, and allow the defense to play ahead and to get its looks, its mixed looks, its mobile looks, to attack the quarterback in constant passing. This team is set. And what I love most about it, definitely, is watching good offensive line tape. But everyone's going to get evaluated fairly. Everyone will get. Grier has now traded 2 first-round picks for Waddle, a whole draft practically for Hill. He went all in on this attack, aggressive style offense. He's built himself an offensive line. He's put together all these pieces surrounding Tua, who he drafted 5th overall. He will get fairly evaluated this year. And Tua, all the people out there who think he's elite, think he's in the middle, think he's garbage, now you will get to fairly evaluate him. Because the offensive line being coherent is how you fairly evaluate a quarterback. And then you go to the skills. So Boyer will get fairly evaluated. This whole team will get fairly evaluated. McDaniel, just think of the difference in the build style. Now, some people are saying, oh, it's Flores didn't really care about the offensive line, and McDaniel does. That's why. No, it's not. If you go back, when Grier took over with Tannenbaum and Gase, he even said when they got all let go and he was totally in charge, I had final say. You go look at the history of the Dolphins drafting, and he was a major piece in it. His idea was always to skimp out on the offensive line and find guys late. And then with Flores, he decided to spend some top picks, and it didn't really work out. Now he changed his MO, and smartly so, because it's about success. I might not like the guy. Maybe he is a bad guy when it came to Flores. I don't even care. I want my team to win and let it all sort itself out in the background. But I want my kids to want to watch Miami Dolphins. I want to watch Miami Dolphins. I want to give you content that's not about drama. It's about football, and it's about success. And all of that is here and now. Nothing short of high-end success. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but high-end success. Nothing but high-end success should be expected or accepted going forward. 2022 is the year. There is no tomorrow. This is an all-in moment. And I truly believe the potential is there. Anyway, Fin fans, there's a lot of stuff to break down. I'll deal with that another day. I'm highly excited. Every Fin fan should be excited. There is concern, the injury history with Armstead, the vast expenditure of picks for Hill. But if the dice roll our way, we could see something that we haven't seen. The NFL might see an offensive output it's rarely, if ever, seen if everything breaks our way. And that's not hyperbole. This is Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Please be excited, Fin fans. whatever side of the Flores fence or the Grier fence or whatever fence, we're all Fin fans. This is really wild news. It could really be good. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe. Comments mean the most. They really, really do. They really, really do. Subscribes and likes help us with the Google overlords and keeps my sponsor, Ace Bread, happy, keeps me in business. I'm really enjoying doing this. The nerves and the fear getting in front of the evil soul stealing machines kind of dissipating, and I really enjoy this. So subscribes, likes, comments, views, all appreciated. Without Ace per head and without you guys, none of this would happen. So I'm very grateful and very, very excited. Does diminish the draft lead up for my podcast, but I don't care, man. I'm psyched for this 2022 season. Skira saying thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, subscribe. Catch you next time. Be well. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.